So I just finished up doing a stone wash finish on one of my knives that I've been working on. People have been asking how I do it, so I thought I'd do a brief tutorial on how I do it. I'll give you a better close-up here in a little bit, using the front camera right now. Essentially what it does, it gives it a somewhat of a worn patina look. Essentially how I do this, well, how I learned to do this was through Redbeard Ops knives. This isn't something I came up with or I discovered. I learned from Redbeard Ops, great knife maker. I highly recommend you check him out. What this does is puts a patina on it. Then it basically goes in and gives it a random wear pattern. Gives it somewhat of a natural stone wash look is what it comes from. And how you do this is you do 5, 5, 5. You do 5 minutes in ferric chloride. You do that 5 times. And after that, you put it in a tumbler, a rock tumbler for 5 minutes. 5, 5, 5. And I'll show you briefly how I do that. Essentially, you soak this knife in ferric chloride for 5 minutes, pull it out, put it in water, put it on your table, use steel wool to go over the blade, get off the coating off of it, dry it off after you go over the whole blade. Dry it off. He doesn't do this step, I do it. Essentially what you're trying to do with the steel wool is you're trying to get any potential residue, glue, adhesive, anything like that that could cause the acid, ferric chloride acid, not to get on the surface and put the darkness on it. So all you basically do is take a shiny knife and make it dark. You can do the same thing with gun bluing, cold blue. If you don't have any way to acid etch your blade, if you just want to cold blue it, use for guns, cold blue the whole thing and just do this, skip a step. I like this to look better. It's a personal thing. There's nothing cold blue is better than acid. It's basically a finish in both of them. And this does wear very good over time, in my opinion. But anyway, acid etch, steel wool it, get all the potential old coating off. You'll see it gets darker as soon as you pull this out. And after you steel wool it, it'll lighten up. Essentially the 5 coats is to make it darker. You can stop at any time you want. You can stop the first, second, or you can do it 10 times if you want. It's just about the 5th time, to me, it's where I want to be. I don't feel like there's any point going further than that. Steel wool it, dry it off, and I normally take acetone on some rag and just go over it one time, do anything else that's potentially on it, put it back in the acid, do that step, a little step 5 times. Then after that, you put it in the rock tumbler. You can use basically gravel rocks that's in your driveway, or you can get a medium, a tumbling medium, like ceramic stones or something more consistent. I like the random pattern. It's just supposed to break. It's cheaper too. Went outside and got it, wash them off. You can put it in a piece of PVC pipe like I did, or you can put it in a bucket. Essentially anything you can close off. You can shake it 5 minutes if you want to. That's exhausting to me. I do a lot of knives. Not really good for me. Personal preference. I put it in my homemade rock tumbler, piece of PVC pipe, powered by my battery drill. If you have a variable speed belt grinder, I don't. That's 1 speed. You actually can put it on the table, like in Redbeard Ops. That's what he does. He uses belt grinder to power it, and then he puts rubber bands on it to help give it grip. That's all essentially this is for. I have rubber bands on mine that are contact wheels with the drill, help grip, gives it grip when you turn it. And then essentially just pull it out after that, and got a little bit of WD-40 on it. You do want WD-40 on your last step, and you also probably want this Windex on to help neutralize the acid firmly. And if you don't throw the WD-40 on, it's going to rust. So then all that pretty finish is gone. Then after that, you essentially just clean it off and put your handle scales on, then sharpen it. I don't recommend you put a sharp blade in there because it's going to dull it. You have to resharpen it, and it's just pointless. But it actually adds a very good, in my opinion. You can see all the little random scratches. When you go to do your acid treatment on the tail, I recommend something that's not going to rust because it is acid and it will eat through it. And I will show a similar video montage of the whole thing. It's real quick. It takes probably 30 minutes total, start to finish. You just put this patina on it. I normally take my knives up to 120 grit, and you use the Scotch-Brite wheel in my belt just to kind of smooth everything out. The cleaner you get it, the better it's going to show. If you have scratches like from the belt grinder put in it, it's going to show. It's going to be not as visible, but it will show. But essentially that's all I do is put my final finish on it, 120 grit, get it all nice and clean, smoothed out, then I go with Scotch-Brite, somewhat give it a little bit of a shine to it. Takes a little bit better. That's it. Now it's ready for handle scales and a edge and finished knife. If you're wondering why all these holes, it's just for light, make it a little bit lighter. It also helps with glue to go through both sides, give it a more of a chemical connection along with the mechanical.